She's running here. She's running. Woo! Woo! Yeah! What do we want? When do we want them? What do we want? When do we want them? When do we want them? No ratios, no. What? No ratios, no peace. No ratios, no peace. No ratios, no peace. No ratios, no peace. Woo! Make some noise. Okay, I need you guys all to move in so we can show her some love. Show her. I know a lot of people have left, but we still got a good group here. If you guys could just move in, this is very, very, very important to us that she is taking the time out of her schedule to come here and to support us. I mean, this is huge for us. So please come on in closer. Get up. Let's show her some love. Yes. Stretch so we don't get blood clots. You know what that is. Come on, you guys. Let's move around. All right, come on. Woo! Woo! Yeah. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Are you Lopez?
Yes, sir.
I'm Kissinger. Dave Kissinger. We're on.
All right. You're a mighty group. Thank you.
Huh? Yeah.
So, this has been already a kind of long fight, but we're going to win, aren't we? So, I just love nurses, and I am so proud to work with you. And the idea of nurse staffing ratios really came from you. And I was so proud to introduce this concept, which we know works. And it's not just about nurses. It's about patients. It's about life. It's about good working conditions. It's about saving people. I've met with so many nurses over the years, many of whom have actually dropped out of the profession because they said they just couldn't take it. I'd hear stories about coming home and saying, wait a minute, did I have the time to turn so-and-so? Did I do all the right medications? Let me think. Running from bed to bed and doing your best. And nurses are about number one in terms of popularity. Well, first of all, everybody's ahead of members of Congress, but nurses, in terms of credibility in this country, are so high up. Are you number one? Number one. And there's a really, really good reason for that. The kind of real person-to-person compassion, along with the quality care that you give, the feeling that you bring to it, people really, really trust nurses. And I know that you work your whole lives to make sure that you can earn that trust. But when you have ridiculous numbers of people that you have to take care of, it just doesn't work. And so it doesn't work for you, and it doesn't work for the patients. We have to change that. So we've got the bill. HR 2392 is our bill. Safe Nurse Staffing for Patient Safety and Quality Care Act. And so we set, of course, the minimum nurse to patient staffing standards, but also require that hospitals work with their nurses to ensure that those standards are adequate. In other words, a place at the table for you to make those decisions. It would give nurses whistleblower protection to report violations or other problems that would affect patient safety. You don't have to worry about that. And it would create a new mentorship program for nurses adapting to hospital settings. So, this is a totally common sense piece of legislation that is way overdue. But I want to tell you something. We know now that when we fight, we win. And we are doing that in elections, and we are doing that on issues. Believe you me, if it hadn't been for the mobilization of people that has happened, maybe I should thank Donald Trump a little bit for that, because since 2016, I have never, as an organizer going on 50 years, seen such a mobilization, most of which, my sisters, is women-led. Started with the Women's March. People thought we would go home, we'd get tired, it would burn out. Not at all. In fact, in Chicago, the Women's March this year was bigger than the Women's March last year. It's women on the move. I don't want to discount my men nurses out there. We love you, and we support you, and appreciate your work. But we would not have any remnants of the Affordable Care Act if it had not been for people showing up, calling up, texting, emailing, and making sure that every member of Congress understood the power of their own constituents. And we won. And by the way, it was also the disability community. Those images of people being pulled out of their wheelchairs, who had come here with ventilators, some of your patients who made their way to Washington to protest. So when we fight, we win. And so when I say when we fight, you say we win. When we fight, we win. When we fight, we win. So we're going to win this. We're going to stay firm. We're going to stay strong. And one more. How do you feel today? You say powerful. How do you feel today? Powerful. You are powerful. I stand with you. I love you.